Jai Hind Cadets.
Jai Hind, ma'am.
First of all, I want to give you my best wishes for your interview today.
Thank you, ma'am.
And here I would like to help you preparing answers of certain questions. We will discuss it and all of us will put our points, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Now the first question that may be asked is, if you are made CEO of a unit for one day, what changes will you bring in your battalion or in your institutions? So what do you think?
Ma'am, being a junior cadet, I think that the activities for the JDJWs are very less as compared to the SDSW. They are given more exposure, and in our institutional training, we have more theoretical subjects. Emphasis are laid on the theory rather than the drill portion, the weapon training, and like I am in the naval wing, the practical of boat pulling and etc. So I would like to propose more practical training and emphasis on drill for the JDJWs and more exposure to the NCC training.
That's very nice. I also want to give my inputs. In NCC, we conduct social services activities also.
Yes.
So here I would like to make a certain change. Let's have fewer social service activities, but let's do it in an impactful manner where we can actually make a significant change in our surroundings, in our society. For example, a certain battalion may pick a certain issue, a social issue, and focus on that only. So what do you think?
I think that the sanitation point should be covered a lot.
Sanitation point,
Yes,
yeah.
ma'am. Because if we talk about in the camps, sanitation is being kept, like sanitation is
Yeah,
being
you mean to
maintained.
say in the camps we need to focus more on hygiene and sanitation.
Yes.
So that you would like to improve as a commanding officer,
Yes.
if you get a chance to become CO,
Yes.
right? So there's one more point that we can give, that for one day a cadet should be made CO of a unit, and the cadet should be allowed to perform as a CO so that he knows or she knows what are the ground realities and how to tackle the challenges he or she faces.
And I think that there should be a counselor for girls and boys cadets respectively, so that there are a lot of chances that a cadet must feel low sometimes during drill or firing. If it doesn't go good, so he or she feels low. So there should be a counselor so that he can be or she can be personally counseled for that.
Yeah. So now we have discussed all these points. If you get a chance to answer this question, you can say all these points in short, right?
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now let's take another question. You may be asked, what is better, to be a good human being or to be a successful human being?
I think we should be a good human being first, because if we are a good human being, we could be happy. And for successful, we have to be successful. There are lots of areas where we could be successful, and it's not necessary that we are best every time. So I think I will be a good human being first, and then a successful person.
Yes, and being good is up to you. If you want to be good, you can be good right now, every day of your life. If you want to be successful, you have to work towards it. It is a distant thing. However, being good is like, you can always be good, and one who is good is always happy.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Anything you want to add to this?
No.
So this is what we can say.
Yes, ma'am.
And you can also say that usually those who are good are successful
Yes,
also. And success is a relative term. There is a degree to measure how successful you are,
Yes.
but there is no degree to measure how good you are. Someone who is good, right? Now, what is the next question, ma'am? Can you please tell us?
It is about the elective subject, whether the introducing
There is
NCC.
another question that you may be asked. Recently, we have been trying to introduce NCC as an elective subject in colleges. So, is it a good idea, you think?
Yes, ma'am, because normally students are not being aware about all the
Yeah.
students are not aware about the knowledge of the special subjects we are trained in the NCC as a cadet. Talking about the Indian Navy, I never knew about the submarines names or the torpedoes names, etc., which I am now aware about the functioning, etc. So being a cadet, I think that normal cadets should know about the things which go in the which are important for the defense sectors, because students who want to pursue their career as in the defense sectors and are not able to join NCC, so some exposures are
They
given.
will get an exposure, they will have knowledge. Besides this, there are so many things that we are studying in NCC curriculum which are good and everyone should know about them. Like we are studying about hygiene and sanitation, we are studying about
Disaster
first aid, disaster management,
Health and hygiene.
health and hygiene, and some
Personality development.
and history of Indian military. Ma'am, what is the next question?
Ma'am, how do you cope up with the academics and social media?
Yeah, this is a very important question, and this is a problem for everyone, because social media is a kind of distraction, we all know, and our parents often, restrict our screen time. However, they cannot completely, ban it or censor it, because they also know the use of social media is important for us. We cannot be, totally not allowed to use our cell phones. But however, we need to,
Manage our time.
yeah, and set our priorities.
Yes,
So you tell me how do you manage your studies and your screen time, your social media presence?
Yes, ma'am. It depends upon a particular person how he or she is spending his or her time on the academics as well as social media. If we talk about our benefits, academics should be our priority, because parents are someone who are believing in us as their futures. So if I talk about myself, I prioritize my studies before having this impact on my mind that my parents are there who are expecting something from me to become a better and even a financial supporter to them. So what screen time will help in
Absolutely. And there is one more thing I would like to add. There is for a reason that children before 18 years of age cannot have a Facebook account or Instagram account or a Twitter account. So let's follow the rules.
Yes, ma'am.
If you are not 18, kindly don't be present in social media such as Facebook, Instagram, etc. etc. However, for educational purpose, we may like to use YouTube for tutorial videos on academics and various things. In that case, we have to use some account. We may use our parents' account, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So we cannot be totally, be not allowed to use it, right? It is, yeah.
But we need to be very restricted to ourselves. Like if we are using that particular app for that particular purpose of studying, we should be there for the studying. It's all about the particular person, how
And it
it
also
is.
depends on our perspective, how we perceive the thing. Everything shown on social media has two sides, a good side and the bad side, and it depends on us that we perceive the good side for our betterment.
It's all about self-discipline, that how we are going for the social media.
So
and
we all agree, and we all are clear about this, that it is okay to use social media. However, we have to balance out the things.
Yes,
We have to set our priorities. Studies are first, because basically your occupation is studying. You are students.
Yeah.
So, ma'am, what is the next question?
And what is digital forum and what are the features available into it?
You know about digital forum of NCC? You may not be knowing,
No,
so
ma'am.
let me first educate you. We have a digital forum of NCC. It is a website where students, ANOs, PI staff, whoever is in NCC can show their creativity. They can post some posters, paintings, pictures, articles, poems, something they have written. It can be posted there, so it is for everyone to read, right? Your experience, like when you go back, you can write an article, my experience of RDC, right? So all these things are available in digital forum. There are thousands of articles over there. So what was your question, ma'am?
And what are the features available in it?
What are the features of it? I already told you. In the digital forum of NCC, there are articles, poems, there are memorials, and there are paintings, drawings, all creative things that NCC cadets have done. So that is available there, and it is good, and we would also like to contribute to it.
Yes,
And once we go back, we would like to write our experience of RDC and post it there.
And next question is, should NCC be made compulsory for all students, those who are studying in colleges or school?
Okay, now what do you think?
no, ma'am, because each and every citizen of India is not interested in NCC. They have different career perspectives and different interests. So who are interested should given the chance first.
Yeah, so I would also like to say that there is for a reason that NCC has been made voluntary,
Yes.
and it should remain like that. The reason is, people have different priorities. Like some people have such subjects that they have to study for long hours, and they may not have time to be involved in NCC activities. And NCC curriculum, NCC activities are such that you have to give significant amount of your time, basically.
Yes, ma'am.
If you look at the whole week or the whole year, it's not that you are giving very little time and you are managing.
Yes.
You have to give some time. So you have to have that time with you.
Yes, ma'am.
And it is personal choice also. However, we should motivate people as much as people to join NCC. Motivation has to be there, but it has to be voluntary only. What do you think?
Ma'am, I think that NCC should, as a whole, should not be made compulsory, but some aspects of NCC should be inculcated in the curriculum, which are very important, like the personality development part, the health and hygiene, and and all the subjects and the aspects which can be taught easily in the school, rather than contributing much time.
I think what she said is also correct. So you can say that it should not be made compulsory. However, certain things of NCC which is useful to all should be made compulsory part of curriculum for everyone, such as health and hygiene, such as leadership qualities, such as there are other things also.
Sports as well, some part of
Yes, some part of it. Disaster management. Everyone should know how to manage a disaster. Yeah, firefighting and disaster management should be made compulsory, right? Okay, what is next?
What is your role in Puneet Sagar Abhiyan? And what is Puneet Sagar Abhiyan actually?
Okay, what is Puneet Sagar Abhiyan, you know?
Puneet Sagar Abhiyan is about the recycling of the plastic waste and the waste near the sea shores and cleaning it. And lot of NCC cadets have been contributing it, and we will definitely contribute. To
Puneet Sagar Abhiyan is an initiative taken by Government of India and fully supported by NCC. It is an initiative taken by Government of India and fully supported by NCC. And under this Abhiyan, NCC cadets have been cleaning the water bodies such as rivers, canals and seas.
Yes,
and they are also trying to make people aware not to pollute our rivers and water bodies. And we have collected plastic waste from the river sites and sent it for recycling. So what is your contribution? You can say that.
Yes,
we took part in the rally organized by our unit. We also took part in the cleaning of the rivers and the what do you call it, that nalas. There may not be a river near your place, so there may be some lakes, like you are from Chandigarh, Sukhna Lake. So, and we also educated people. We also took part in this street shows, or you can say Nukkad Natak, where we
people can be aware
exactly.
The live example was when I was there at Sukhna Lake cleaning water bodies there. Not just the NCC cadets as a team, but the local people there were even a part of this. The Abhiyan which we was there, and one of the small boy came to me, asked about this yojana, and he started cleaning with me. Started. Their mother and father were even involved with us in this activity, so I felt very proud that not just the NCC cadets but the parents from the other students were even involved in this activity.
That's nice. And you should always try to give personal examples like she gave, because that makes it more real, right? If something strikes you, yeah, this happened, so say that, like this happened with me and this. Got it? Okay, ma'am, is there any other question in the questionnaire?
Ma'am, women have now been introduced in artillery. So is it right time to introduce women in fighting arms?
Okay, what do you think? This is a news to me. I was not aware that women are being now introduced in artillery. So what do you think? Is it the right time?
Ma'am, it has both the perspectives, because we as the cadets do not know what exactly Indian Army is and how their operations work under the, what the actual field is. So if I have heard this thing in some interview, that one retired colonel said that women are not safe in the wartime because of some kinds of rape issues over there. But on the other hand, if we think of the personal perspective, women can be a part of it, and the live example was Gunjan Saxena, who was there in Kargil Wall and had many operations over there and saved the lives of so many people. So it has both perspective, but we do not know what exactly goes there in the actual battlefield. So judging this can be difficult for me as a cadet.
Also, as an Air Wing cadet, taking the example of Air Force, Squadron Leader Avni Chaturvedi was the first women fighter pilot of the Air Force. So the Air Force have already taken the initiative for the combat forces and taking the enrolling women into the Air Force combat field.
And also, they said that fighting is not just about picking up the guns and going on the border and firing out the bullets, but fighting covers a lot of aspects, and these days it has aspects like the cyber aspect, the space aspect. So the females, as we've seen that the National Defence Academy, the Sainik School, the RIMC have been opened for girls. This is a very big jump for India and for the Indian girls. So step by step, the combat role for women will also increase. But currently, as we can see, they can be introduced in such a way where they know how how they should work, and step by step they can go on to front.
Yeah. So I think we should do it in a gradual manner, and it's a good thing. And let's start it. If we fail, that is a different thing. But let's give it a chance.
Yes, ma'am.
Give women a chance to do it, and they may be as good as men, and maybe even better.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. And there is never the right time comes.
Hmm.
We have to initiate what we have to.
Unless we don't try it, we won't
Yes,
know
ma'am.
it,
And
right?
it's the time now. It's high time that women should.
Exactly.
Yes, ma'am.
Exactly. Yeah.
Next question is any two good and bad things about RDC 2023. You have been here for last 3 weeks. So
Okay,
what do
now
you feel?
in this case, I will ask you only. Okay, because we are in the organizing part. I want to hear from you. What are the 2 good points? First, tell me that.
According to me, as a cadet, we learn here many things. Talking about the mental and the physical stamina, the cooperation ability, the responsibility, waking up on time, managing your own beds, which almost every cadet misses this thing because we are over pampered at our homes. So as a cadet, I learned this thing from the RDC. And one bad thing, as I said earlier, I did not like the sanitation point of view of the camp.
Toilets and all could have been more
better.
cleaner.
Yes.
Yeah.
If we talk about as an individual that we should keep our when we use it, we should clean it. But not everyone has the
Not
same.
everyone is not following it.
Exactly.
Right.
So I cover these points.
It is better they follow. Right.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I think that this camp has taught me a lot, and the first thing that I would like to state is that I have seen so many officers around. Their personality, their aura has encouraged me a lot to join the defense forces, and also has changed me and shaped me into a more better person. And also the activities that I live with so many people around without my parents. I have a very new experience of adjusting, of taking care of everyone else. This is what I've learned in the camp. And one thing that I think that needs to be changed or improved is the movement in the campus. Like, it's like we need a ANO ma'am or a GCI ma'am to accompany us every time, even if we're a group of 5 to 10 people. So it should be made possible that a single cadet single or a buddy pair cannot move, but 5 to 10 cadets can go on their
You
own.
must say this point if you are asked, and your point is also very valid. And what about
I
you?
think that, ma'am, I have learned a rule which I follow from the first day in the RDC camp. That is, we have to be in the right place on the right time on the right uniform. And it is the best rule I have learned till now, because it have improved my discipline much. So, and the other thing is that each and every cadet who came for Kartavya Path and PM Delhi are not the part of the Kartavya Path, because it's the contingent of 110 or 100. So the cadets who are rejected for the Kartavya Path have been given the other chances in the central MCs and ushering. So this is the opportunity which they have given again, and it will improve their confidence level. So this is the best thing I got to know about in the RDC camp. And the other thing which I didn't like was the line area competition. That-
They told
Yes,
it was going to be conducted, then they cancelled and postponed it.
Yes, ma'am. And even in the line area competition, the layout we have been given, just the uniform and a tracksuit, and the other materials we are carrying with us. These materials have been just we just pack them and
Not allowed to display.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this should not happen.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
It's just like little bit fake. So
Yeah.
we should be more careful. We have to be clearly show these things, and in a pleasant way that we are managing things clearly more better.
Yeah. So I think you all are well prepared. Be confident, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And my only advice is try to be brief, to the point, and do not repeat things. If you want to convey a point, okay? So you try to convey that in few words, but sufficient words.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and don't be repeated. I mean, you have said a thing. Now you are saying something else, but conveying the same thing. Then you're wasting your time and the person's time also.
Yes.
Okay. Otherwise, I think you all are well prepared. Just be confident, smile, and do well. All the best.
Thank you, ma'am.